This is SNI Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of the records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. So that's all I have for the boring intro. So what are we doing? What are we doing today, Jeff? Go.
We're doing the Baysides in their album Killing Times.
Killing Time. That we are. This album came out in 2011, this album came out in 2011. A little bit later in their career. What is their fifth record? Fifth record. There we go. So let's jump into our origin story with this band Bayside and our first impressions on this record, Killing Time. So what do you got? Go.
So I think the first time I heard Bayside was Devotion and Desire in some capacity in 2005. Didn't like it. And later on, I heard Bayside when they did a cover of Sean Kingston's Beautiful Girl. You're way too beautiful, girl. For one of those Punk Goes.
I actually do remember that. I really do remember that.
Punk Goes Pop. And it was funny because on that Punk Goes Pop, and like I have a high tolerance, and I don't know why they call it Punk Goes Pop because it's all just pop punk. You better tell that motherfucker.
These dogs.
Is that Ruben or is that Georgie Boy?
Ruben right now.
Oh, Ruben. You know Ruben's the bad one. Rupert is the bad one.
Rupert is not the bad dog. He's not the bad dog.
Are we being goofy or being serious right now?
Always serious.
Okay, always so Ruben's if everyone that's listening, Ruben is like objectively the bad dog. Everybody agrees Ruben is the bad dog. I think all of our friend group has been bitten by Ruben at some point.
No.
In their capacity. Yes, I know.
You've
I
never
have.
Been bitten by
Ruben.
Rupert's
I
never
have scars. I have scars.
From a little like Shih Tzu dog. Yeah.
Oh, do they not have teeth? Do they not bite hard? I'm sorry.
They have fake teeth. Yes, no teeth.
Exactly.
Anyway,
I know why they call it punk. I don't know why they call it Punk Goes Pop because it was always pop punk bands at best doing those things. But yeah, they did a Sean Kingston cover for Beautiful Girl, and I fucking hated it. I was like, dude, this song sucks. Like, I think the source material, the Sean Kingston song, is not very good. But when Bayside did, I was like, dude, you're way too fucking nasally. So there's no way I'm ever listening to your band. And I didn't. And then like fast forward till 2011. And like that was when like Renee and I first got together. So like, that was when Killing Time came out.
Well, Killing Time came out actually in 2010, so I was wrong.
It came out in 2010?
10, yeah.
What? A year before.
Yeah. It's probably 6 months between you and Renee meeting. But anyway,
yeah.
Continue.
So are you sure it came out in 2010? It was it
was 11.
It was 2011.
February
of
2011. February of 11. Yeah.
Because I remember it came out earlier that year, and then later that year, like one of the first like big like dates we went on outside of just like normal drinking at the bar was the show. Like it was I'm the Avalanche, Bayside, Saves the Day, and then Transit, this other pop punk group.
What a show!
It was a cool show. This is the infamous show where I was like so excited to Saves the Day, and I fucking loved I Am the Avalanche at the time, and I was like, yeah, I'll go sit through Bayside if it gets me like Saves the Day. And that was when we walked out of Saves. I rarely have ever walked out of a show, and I walked out of Saves the Day. But yeah, anyway, Killing Time was that era, and then it subsequently became like the anthem for me going through the academy. It was the only CD that I had in my car at the time, and I was just too lazy to get any other CD in my little Aveo. So going to and from the police academy was all I listened to was Killing Time. So I don't know, which wasn't like a lot because it was like a 10-minute drive from our house to like FJC to Fullerton College, so it wasn't that much. But yeah, for 10 months, all I listened to was this in the car.
That sucks. That sucks for you, man.
So this is like my origin story with Bayside is Killing Time 2011.
All right. I mean, so my origin story, there's nothing specific outside of this week. I mean, I've always heard songs here and there. And now that you mentioned, I do remember when they did the cover of Beautiful Girl from Sean Kingston. And I remember being with friend of the pod, John, not John Drake, but another John. And he liked a lot of like weird, kind of really dumb pop punk music and emo music. He's a little bit younger than us, a few years younger than us. So he loved Seosin and a lot of stuff that we were just a little. I was after our time, but he loved those old pop punk, those old pop goes or punk goes pop or whatever. He loved that shit, and I remember he would play that version of or that cover of Sean Kingston. It was terrible, fucking sucked.
I hated it.
But otherwise, yeah, I mean, they would always just kind of be around. I'd hear a song here and there. I never ever listened to an entire record until this week, when I listened to all 9 of their records plus Killing Time multiple times this week to break down the record on this episode. But yeah, I mean, I have no significant origin story. I have no nostalgia on with this band or this record. So I guess my origins or my first impressions on this record, it's certainly better than I was expecting, especially coming off of everything that came before it, because Killing Time was the first record where they really kind of shed a lot of the emo stuff, and they shed a lot of the super whiny pop punk stuff, and they started to make things a little bit more complex songwriting wise, a little bit more angsty and aggressive as well. Killing Time was that starting point, so that's a positive in my eyes. So that's my first impressions on Killing Time. What are your first impressions on it?
I mean, I do want to also honorable mention here on that same Pop Goes Punk. I think it wasn't the first one, because it was a different, like volume 2 or 3 or 90s, whatever the fuck it was. But on the same one with Sean Kingston and Bayside was A Day to Remember and The Fray. Over my head, Cable Car. I never knew. So that's kind of fun. But my first impression of this record was, again, 2011. How old are we? We were 25, 38,
22, 23,
28, 22, 23. Yeah, so still kind of young and still kind of like, especially because Renee loved like Tupac, Nelly, and then like metalcore. And so I was like, there's nothing that you can play that I'm going to fucking like, because everything you like is stupid. And I still think her musical taste is awful, because it's still very metalcore. And we're going to go see Lorna Shore at some point this year, so that's fun. But she put on Bayside, and I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. This is not what I expected Bayside to sound like, judged off of what I already knew. It's very guitar driven. It's very guitar heavy. There's a lot of things in here that is like a rock band rather than like a pop punk band. And so that's why I don't think they're a pop punk band, and never should have been classified as such. At most, they should have been like an alt rock band with like emo leanings. Because, dude, there's no pop punk. There's like maybe 3 songs in their entire catalog that is like pop punk. And that's less than other bands that are alt rock, right? Like Soundgarden has more fucking pop punk songs than Bayside does. So I don't know. I like this. I like this album a lot. I think it's melodic. I think the choruses are fucking so goddamn catchy. I think the way we get to the chorus, like the build, the pre-choruses, the bridges, I think they're all fucking insanely catchy. I think Jack doesn't just bring guitar-driven alt-rock to the emo scene, but he does something that we've never seen before, because he never shuts the fuck up. And it always works. I never think like, dude, you're doing too much. I always think like, damn, I want to hear more of what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say he's like the first Jack O'Shea, the guitar player in the band. I don't think he's like the first of his kind. I don't think he's this virtuoso, but within the context of the band and honestly the scene, he's a really good guitar player. Jack O'Shea is a killer fucking guitar player. His guitar leads, his guitar solos, his songwriting, his structuring, his transitions on this record and latter records are really fucking good. Unfortunately, he is the best part of the band, and the band just cannot keep up with him ever, especially Anthony. I mean, I hate saying it. I know people love Bayside. I know they love Anthony as a vocalist and a lyricist, but honestly, I think he's easily the weakest part of this band.
That's like, even putting him weaker than the drummer, bro. The drummer's like the weakest part of the drummer. Doesn't do anything.
I mean, I'm not really saying the drumming and bass playing is something really to write home about. Not that they're bad musicians and they could all keep in time. They all write. But the guy that writes,
like the guy that makes Bayside is Anthony, not Jack, and that's.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't think Anthony writes. I don't think his melodies are that great. I mean, they're good, but they're not that great. They're not doing anything special. Like so there are bands that really define a genre. There are really those bands that we talk about those bands a lot.
Don't be Skip. I'm
not. Well, let me finish. But then there are the B team bands. BT Bams. The BT bands that are really, really fucking good. Yeah, they don't define a generation. They don't do anything new or great or new or like special, but they're still fucking awesome. Like Unwritten Law.
Like your Unwritten Laws.
We just did Unwritten Law a couple months ago. Fucking amazing, but still kind of a B team band. Sugar Ray, another band too. Great fucking band, but they weren't doing anything to progress the scene. Bayside to me, Bayside does not hit that B team tier. I think they're below B team. I don't think they add anything to the scene. I don't think they do the scene that well. There's nothing.
What scene are you specifically talking about?
Whether it's emo, whether it's metalcore, whether it's punk rock, whether it's metal in general, I don't think they do, or alt rock. I don't think they do any of those genres particularly well. They just do everything straightforward, middle of the road, vanilla, milk toast. That's what they do. I think they're below B team. Not that they're bad. They're really not a bad band, but I think they're below B team. But in the end, this is not my favorite genre of music, so people will probably disagree with me, and I get it. This band, they put on really big shows.
I think you're missing like the big picture here. I think when you say things like, "Oh, Bayside's not the best emo band, they're not the best pop punk band, they're not the best metal band, they're not the best
saying they have to be the best.
They're not the best alt rock band." Like, dude, you just named like 5 or 6 different genres that if you threw them on a bill of any of those genres, they could fit in, and thus being so versatile as they are, and still cranking out like pretty decent fucking tunes. That's B tier, dude. That's B tier, boy.
That's the point. They do all that. I literally said they do all of those
and
genres.
They do it all pretty well.
They do all of those genres, but they do it all pretty vanilla milk toast. Nothing bad, nothing great. It's all very down the middle. Okay, just good. Just good stuff. So yeah, they could fit on different bills, different festivals, this and that.
I guess when we talk about tiers, are we saying there's only A, B, C, D, or F? Or are we talking S also?
Okay, S. S would also
because S is like untouchables,
so,
right? Like
untouchable.
Blink and the pop punk realm is untouchable.
Korn and nu metal, Led Zeppelin and classic rock,
But then your A tier bands in like the pop punk is one thing, and then like B tier of that.
Like so if we're talking pop punk, let's just do pop punk. Blink, Green Day, Offspring, Sum 41. I mean, I know there's a lot of genre blending, but in the end, pop punk. Those guys are S tier, like through and through S tier.
Untouchable, defining genres. Yes.
Newfound Glory, Simple Plan, those types of bands are A tier.
I wouldn't put Newfound Glory. I wouldn't put Simple Plan up there.
I would put them in A tier because I mean, I'm not a big fan of pop punk, but I would put them at A tier. B tier.
Don't you fucking say Good Charlotte because you put
Good Charlotte. No, Good Charlotte.
You putting Simple Plan above Good Charlotte just means whatever you're saying is completely meaningless to me. So let's just stop. Let's go back to the new metal thing because you know that a little bit better because it's clearly you out of your element here. Putting you think Simple Plan is A tier but Good Charlotte is B tier. That's fucking dumb. That they're both C tier. So anyway, going back to the base, like God, this is so stupid what you just said.
You brought it. You started
because
I
want to know when you're saying Bayside is C tier because I agree if there's only A, B, C, D, or F, then yeah, I put them at C tier.
Okay,
if there's S tier though.
Let me backtrack. Not backtrack.
I'm trying to think of where your head's at.
Let me go back. Okay, so let's do S tier down.
Those are the untouchables.
The untouchables. So then I would
unanimously agreed that they're the best.
Then at this point, I would put Bayside B tier, in S tier A B C D F. I would put Bayside in B tier.
I agree with that, yes.
Now going back to Unwritten Law,
I would put them at A. I put Unwritten Law at A.
I would put this, 100%. I put them in A.
Fuck everybody else. I put MXPX at A.
I would put Sugar Ray. I put them in A. I would put
Sugar Ray's close to S. Sugar Ray's close to S.
So pretty much every band I had said that was going to be in B tier, I'm going to bump them up to A tier, and then Bayside is definitely B tier.
But Simple Plan and Good Charlotte are still B tier.
Okay, fair. Okay, I'll give you that. Simple Plan, Good Charlotte, Bowling for Soup, those guys are B tier. Newfound Glory, certainly A tier. 100% A tier.
Yeah, they will never ever be S tier.
No,
but I don't think they'll ever be B tier.
Yellow Card, I'd put A tier. I would put
A tier. Yeah. They've done things for the genre. Okay, so that's just where I was trying to think of where your B tier was.
Yeah, so that's where the confusion was whether we're starting at S tier or A
Yeah,
tier.
exactly. Because if you put them at B tier and there was no S tier, then I was like, damn, that's really fucking high. Because I don't think they're that high. I don't think they did anything for the genre, but I do think they're extremely versatile, which is what you want as a third bill down, right? If like Blink's opening and Unwritten Laws next, you want a Bayside right there, a Bayside that can get everybody kind of involved into whatever is happening.
Or
it's
or
fun
like
for
a good
everybody.
Charlotte. I would put Good Charlotte over Bayside any day.
But Good Charlotte's just too big, though. Like it's not fair comparison because they're just too big. They have just too much money behind them.
Honestly, I would probably put Bowling for Soup over.
You don't even fucking listen to Bowling for Soup.
I don't really listen to them.
Get the fuck out of here.
But prior to this week, I'd never really listened to Bayside either. But
like musicianship wise, at least like Bayside is like I think like musicianship wise, they are better than Good Charlotte. They are better than fucking Bowling for Soup. They are better than a lot of the alt rock bands we talk about.
Only because of Jack O'Shea. Because Jack O'Shea is a killer guitar player. That's
like
the only
Anthony's
reason.
songwriting is good.
No.
Here we go.
Okay. So there's a difference between songwriting and also his vocal ability and his lyrics. I don't think his lyrics
three are good.
I don't think his lyrics are strong. No, I don't think
his lyrics are extremely strong. I think as a vocalist, I think he knows how to sing, and I think he utilizes like his strengths and avoids his weaknesses very, very well. He sings from his diaphragm. He knows how to like belt things out. He can play like acoustic guitar without a mic, and you can hear him from the back of the room, much like a theater kid would. So like every time like I listen to bass, I always think like Miss Semmergren in high school saying like don't like breathe from your lungs.
Our old theater teacher when we were in high school, Miss Semmergren.
But if you want to just talk louder, don't breathe through your lungs, right? Like breathe through your diaphragm, like belt things out, like bellow things out from like your stomach, right? Get it out there, like project. Anthony knows how to project. And going back to the Jeff Rickley thing from Thursday, dude does not know how to project. He is just a scene kid with a shy voice that just does not know how to project, not really confident. Anthony really came into his own. I think like Killing Time is when he really, really came into his own and became like a fucking singer to be reckoned with.
Which I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that. I think the major change in their style, both musically, songwriting wise, was Killing Time, was this record. I think everything prior to this, they were very much bundled within the emo kind of punk scene, alt rock scene. And I think Anthony he's a very one-dimensional vocalist, especially prior to Killing Time. He did one thing, and I don't think he did it that well. I think he lacked a lot of charisma, a lot of energy, especially on the first two records. He lacked that a lot. But Killing Time, as the songwriting has gotten better, Anthony's vocals have gotten better. His melodies have gotten better. You hear a lot more Weezer, a lot more Rivers from Weezer influence. You hear a lot more Jimmy Eat World. And I'm not saying they're ripping off those guys, but you hear the influence. You hear, okay, maybe we're going to do something a little bit outside of the box from what we've done before. And that's what we get with Killing Time and the albums after. But I don't know. I still think Anthony's a weak part of the band. I think the only person in the band worth ever mentioning is Jack O'Shea. I really, really believe that. He's the only person that goes above and beyond. He's the only guy that goes above and beyond.
Because he's like a good guitar player. He's like a great guitar player. Like there's very, very little great guitar players in the scene.
Yeah.
In the scene of pop punk for sure. There's like 5 that we can name off the top of our head. They're like, damn, he's a fucking good guitar player.
But then also when we're
in the
talking
scene
about
of alt rock.
But I mean, like throwing it back to like Jeff Rickley and Thursday. Yeah, I know he's not a great singer, but he's got the charisma. He's got the energy.
No, he doesn't. He's no energy in Thursday. The fuck.
Adam Lazzara from Taking Back Sunday, a shit fucking singer, absolute shit singer.
But he has the charisma.
He has the energy, and that's why I feel that band has been as successful as it has been, and why their songs are so good. Anthony just does not have that. Even like Saves the Day. I'm not the biggest Saves the Day fan, but when we did
Saves the Day.
But when we did the band a couple months ago on the podcast, I prefer several of those records way more than I do the Bayside records.
And don't forget too, like going back to like Taking Back Sunday and Adam Lazzara, they leaned into pop, right? Like Bayside never like leaned into pop and became a pop band. Taking Back Sunday became a pop band. They said, you know what, fuck it. We're done with like the emo scene because they were emo. Bayside was never emo. They were
Oh.
thrown into the category, but they were never emo.
Come on, man. There was
Taking
a
Back
lot of
Sunday
emo here.
was
Come on.
fucking emo, and they wanted to be emo, and they dressed emo, and they were in the scene. Bayside never did any of that shit. But Taking Back Sunday eventually became a pop band because that's what sells. That's what sells tickets. That's what sells records. That's what sells merchandise.
And the
So
songs got better.
comparatively,
And, okay, fame,
Taking Back Sunday,
fame, and
Taking
money.
Back Sunday to me is fucking boring. They're boring to me because they became another
Because
fucking
they
notch
wrote
in the
better
old
songs.
belt.
Because
No,
they
they
wrote
did not
better-
write
Yes,
better
they did.
songs.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, they did not.
Dude,
No, they did not.
every single song off
You
of
think
Louder
Now is a perfect album? 3 out of 3. We have it in our notes. You've said it on
listen,
record.
I did. Oh, fuck
It is
yeah, I
not
did.
it's
Louder
not
Now
a
is a
perfect
perfect
record,
3 out of
David
3.
Girl. It is not a perfect 3.
But even Tell All Your Friends, going back to Tell All Your Friends, the first Taking Back Sunday record, every single song on that record is better than every single song on this Killing Time record, hands down.
that's not
it
right.
is.
That's not
yeah,
true.
it is 100%.
Nostalgia hits hard.
It doesn't
I
because-
ranked.
no,
I think
because-
I
no, no,
ranked
no,
Tell All
no.
Your Friends pretty high. I don't know if I did a 3, but I think I did pretty fucking high. But that's strictly out of nostalgia.
Nostalgia doesn't hit hard for me because I hated Tell All Your Friends when that came out.
You pretend to hate all those songs, but you heard those songs over
I heard
in
2
every
of those
party you
songs.
went to.
I'm more than
Every
2
party you fucking went to, they were there.
They were, but the nostalgia, I never liked the songs back then. I just don't think that album.
I think
Tell All Your
you're. I
Friends,
think
is
you're.
not the
I
strongest
think.
album from them.
I think you. I knew this was going to happen because I think you're judging Bayside too harshly based on the scene that they did not want to be a part of.
But I'm not. I'm not. I'm not judging them.
You literally are. You're calling them pop punkers, scene kids shit. You're calling them fucking theater kid stuff. You're comparing them to Taking Back. They don't want to be part of none of this shit.
I'm only comparing them to the scene. I'm talking about the scene so much because there's so little to talk about regarding this band. There's like nothing written about this band. There's nothing written about the making of these records.
That's what makes them so good is because they carved their own little niche. They found like a specific demographic of people that like, hey, I love like East Coast hardcore, but like those shows are too crazy for me. So like, can you like pop it up a little bit, but still make me feel edgy? That's Bayside.
Yeah, which is cool. Which I totally respect that.
And that's
honestly,
what Taking Back Sunday tried to do and could not do it. And was like, fuck
so
it.
they wrote.
let's go
So they
pop.
wrote really
Let's
good
go
pop
pop.
songs. They wrote
Fuck
really
it.
good pop rock songs. Yeah.
To
fuck
me,
yeah,
like
they did.
later Taking Back
Fuck
Sunday,
yeah, they did.
it just might as well be Katy Perry. Fucking no difference to me.
Okay,
No
so
difference.
let's get into Bayside and really their popularity. I mean, we haven't talked about bangers and stinkers yet, but we will. But
We'll get
their popularity with the fans and how the fans are so devout. They fucking love this band, and the shows sell out, and I love that. I really really do love that. Even though I'm not a fan of the music, I love how
Yeah.
passionate the fans are. I think that's
Of course, you
super
got to
fucking
respect
rad.
that.
Absolutely, because I see where people can really like this band, and I see where people really love this band. It's not my thing, but I totally get it. Like, people will talk shit about bands I like, but they understand the passion. They understand like why I like it. They understand why a band in another genre might be good, but it's not for them. That's kind of how it
much
is
in
with
the same
Bayside.
way. Much in the same way as who is Jimmy Urine from? What band is that?
Mindless Self-Indulgence.
I think much in the same vein as like why that band is popular, why like Wednesday is popular. Like it's a group of people that want something, but don't want it to be that aggressive. So let's make something else over here
That's fair.
that's still that's still this over there, but it's just not as aggressive, right? Like I just said with Bayside, they want, because they're from the East Coast, so I want like Movie Life, Lifetime. I want like East Coast hardcore, but those shows are too scary. So make something a little bit more pop, but not too pop because I want it to still be heavy. And like that's fucking Bayside too.
Which is just, I mean, in the end, I mean, I totally agree with what you're saying with comparing it to those other bands you mentioned, but talking about like, you know, the East Coast scene is so scary. It's just like, then you get Bayside, and this is like the most vanilla of the vanilla of that scene, of that era. Of that area, I should say.
I'm not saying this is like pushing the envelope here and furthering music.
But you're acting like
Bayside,
it is. But you're
if Bayside didn't exist, then like music would still carry on in the way it should. But like the subjectivity of music in general, I think it's fucking absolutely stupid and fun to talk about because there is a fan base for this, and this fan base is fucking rabid. And these vinyls, they sell it like crazy. These shows,
I love that too.
they fucking like Tuesday night at the Nile out here in Arizona, it'll sell out.
Which
and
is so rad.
they're doing this like this anniversary tour where they're playing the first 4 records on one night, and then the next night they're playing the next 4 records. So like all the way through like Killing Time and everything, and those are like low ticket sales, all fucking ready. Like there's something to be said, right? If just because like you or me don't like these things, and like there is something to be said that people like this, and like this is what's keeping live music and just like the dream alive is a band that can be so fucking vanilla.
And that's something that's also so kind of beautiful about rock music and in like smaller indie bands like this. Yeah, we may not always enjoy this kind of music, but it pays the bills for these guys that fucking are out there busting their ass. This band means a lot to a lot of people. Like they're significant to a lot of people's lives and their history and all that kind of shit. So seeing a band like this sell out venues, yeah, they're not like the fucking, the Forum in LA or something like that, but they're still selling out like decent sized shows. They're making a decent living. I fucking love that shit. I fucking love it. And there's not like some corporate entity coming in, just not all the big advertisements, on stage. It's still very much like almost like a hometown show, but not in their hometown. It's just the really, really hardcore fans show up, and that's all they need. That's all they fucking need. I love it. I love that shit.
I think ultimately, I mean, we'll get into the lyrics and everything else and argue over that, but I think we both agree that any band that can make a career out of being a touring musician, dude, they got to be at least good. They got to be at least good. Like, that's just crazy. Without being like the sellout kind of good, right? Without being like the pop thing and selling your soul to the devil. Like being a touring musician like this and playing small shows and putting out your own records and grinding for 20 plus fucking years. Like, man, you got to be at least good.
Yeah, I would agree.
Same lineup too. Like same lineup for 20 years.
I mean, really, the lineup has not changed. We talked about
the Bouncing Souls too last week, right? Like,
I know. I honestly, I respect any band who's kept that same lineup for as long as they have. I mean, since the third album, it's been the same lineup. I mean, there was some tragedy early on in the band's career, which we talked about on the Rankings episode, with the with the drummer dying, and then the bass player who broke his back, but he's still in the band. As far as I know, he's still in the band.
The bass player was the original bass player for Movie Life.
Oh, was he really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he left Movie Life to join Bayside.
Probably the better move, I would say.
Definitely the better move. Yeah. They don't even exist anymore.
I know the Movie Life. I've been
the Movie Life episode, right? Like I'm under no illusion that the Movie Life are fucking S tier, A tier. They're B tier at best.
Yeah, they are. Movie Life are. Yeah.
Fuck, man, the Movie Life is so goddamn good. So,
I would even put like I'm the Avalanche. I would put them at. I put them as B tier. I put them as B tier.
I am the Avalanche is B tier also,
yeah,
but
I do love that
Avalanche
band.
United is a perfect record.
Yeah. But they are a B tier band.
I'll do it often.
Okay, so let's jump back into Killing Time.
Let's get into the lyrics that you don't like, because the lyrics I think are fucking great.
So let's get into the bangers and stinkers we have on this record. Obviously, we're gonna get into the lyrics and everything else, but let's start with the stinkers. Do you have any stinkers on this record?
No, I have no fucking stinkers. It's stupid. Don't be dumb.
That's stupid. I have one stinker.
Wait, hold on. Is it Mona Lisa?
No, it's not.
Is it On Love and Life?
It is On Love and it is On Love.
Such a B.
Yeah.
I like saying B now because I think it's more disrespectful than just saying bitch.
Since I said that last week about Skip. Instead of calling him a bitch, I call him a B, a little B.
I really do think it's more disrespectful because it makes me think about what you're calling me. Then when I realize what you're doing, it's like, oh, fuck you. So yeah, on Love and Life, really.
Yeah. I mean,
you think it's a stinker or an okay song?
No, it's a stinker. It's through and through a stinker. I don't like. Well, yeah. First of all, I don't like his voice that much ever. But also when you're throwing it up up against like his vocals and like an acoustic guitar, or even worse, his vocals and just a piano, and then you throw strings in on it, and then it builds kind of toward the end.
You like that kind of stupid arrangement kind of bullshit, dude.
I like songs
put fucking
that build.
organs in it. Wasn't he clear? Who gives a fuck? I
like songs that build. I like songs that build, but in this song, I think it's really bad. I think it's cheesy. It's dumb. I don't like this song at all. On Love, On Life is a stinker for me.
So like the way this band writes songs is pretty much like everything is dumb. Everything starts on an acoustic guitar. These guys like on tour and stuff. They say, "Hey, I have something. You listen to this." It all starts on an acoustic guitar.
So does Blink. So does Tom DeLonge.
And then they, as if like Tom DeLonge's a good guitar player. And then they translate it to
he's a decent guitar player.
Tom DeLonge is a decent guitar player. Yes.
Okay, he's not. He doesn't have the technical ability of Jack O'Shea.
If we're talking like if we're talking like Eddie Van Halen is S tier, Tom DeLonge is D tier.
I mean, that's true. No, you're right. You're right. If
you're
making that
different
comparison,
thing, guitar playing, he's D tier.
But you're also talking about songwriting. This is how they write the songs. They write them on acoustic. So does Tom DeLonge.
That is true. We're
not talking technical ability here.
That is true. So like this is the only time on the record where we hear like the acoustic early version of it kind of just be itself, but like instead it's just the piano and stuff. It's slow, but it's my 7B. It's a later B for me, but it really reminds me of Out of Time by the Get Up Kids, which I fucking love. Both fucking absolute bangers. But like Anthony's got some range on this one. Like he can carry this song on his own if he wanted to, and like again too, like a lot of times when bands like this, where they have such like a devout cult following, people will always say the same thing, right? Well, you got to see him live. You got to see him live. Like they're so much better live. So much better live, and they kind of are. Like I think I've definitely seen this band over 10 times in the past 16 plus years or whatever.
Who was the band when I worked at Tower Records way back in the day? Who was the band you saw at Tower Records? Didn't you see it? Like, there was a free show.
Yeah, it was not Bayside. I don't think
was it.
No, it was not Bayside.
There was a band that played at Tower, and I wasn't able to go.
It was downstairs.
Yeah, even though I worked at Tower Records, I didn't work that day, and for whatever reason, I think I had another job, so I wasn't working that day. I was working at the other job, I think it was. So I didn't go, but was it Bayside? Are you sure it wasn't Bayside?
I'm not.
At Tower Records?
Of course, I'm not sure, but that would be crazy if it was. I don't think it was.
But
though.
You went. You went to that show.
Went. Yeah.
But what was it?
I think you told me about this show. I was like, yeah, I'll go. Fuck it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It had to have been like 2009-ish, right?
No, I worked there in 2006. This is 2006.
So you think you were still working there?
No, I was still no, because I worked at Tower Records almost up until they closed. Because I got fired from Tower a month before they closed, and they closed in October of 2006.
Interesting. So now I'm thinking like the whole firing thing that you did because it was so stupid. I wonder if that was just even like an easy way out for them not to have to pay severance or unemployment or anything.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
Why they fired me a month before the store shut down. Yeah.
Because you're giving away discounts to
well, I got the approval, but I didn't wait until after 10 p.m. to give you the CD. But anyway.
Gotta wait.
Anyway.
That would be crazy if it was.
I don't remember what band
though.
it was. There was a band that played downstairs at Tower Records for a free show. It was a free show, but I didn't go because I was working my other job. Fuck, what was it? But I know you went. You
should have done some. Of course, I don't fucking remember.
I only thought about it. I haven't thought about it in years.
I have a fucking memory like a goldfish. I don't remember that for breakfast.
Anyway, so on Love, on Life, Stinker. Let's get into some bangers. Let's get into some posy stuff here. So let's get into our bangers. What's your number one banger? Your 1B. What do you got?
This is my favorite Bayside song, "The New Flesh." The New Flesh.
The New Flesh. That's
the New Flesh. That's
stupid. How many bangers do you have?
Dude, I have 11 because they're all so good that they equal to one extra banger. I really
I didn't realize there are 10 songs on this.
I really do have 10 bangers though.
Really?
Yeah, I really do like this record a fucking lot.
Okay. I'm happy for you.
What is the New Flesh? I'm happy for you. New Flesh is a stinker for me.
It's not a banger. Let's just say that. It's not a banger.
Crazy. Why?
So, but let's get into the New Flesh.
I'm going to tell you what I like it, so you can just stop talking and listen to me for a minute. First of all, the transition from On Love to This Is Super Fucking Nice. They pretty much open a lot of their songs kind of the same, right? And this is right. This is in the same concept of that, jumping right back into it. I like that his vocals here are more like croony and slow, and the instrumentals are faster, right? You get this kind of push pull like the beat and the guitar, everything's pulling this song to be fat. Like, let's go, Anthony, let's go. And he's like, nah, I got this. Let's slow it down. And like his vocal range, let's slow it down. Let's be calculated at this. So that's why I like this song a lot, because there's two different things happening here. And then we get to the part where it's just Anthony singing alone before like the big drop, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
No, I get it. I the way you said it, very croony. He does have that Alkaline Trio, Matt Skiba kind of croon on this song and multiple parts of this record. Also, the way that Jack plays the guitar is very Alkaline Trio. You get the palm muted, the couple palm muted notes with the big power chord hit. Very Alkaline Trio. I dig it. I totally dig it. Opening guitar riff, I think it's cool. It's really cool. It's different. It's Jack O'Shea being a good guitar player, a good songwriter, adding to the song without overdoing it, without being the center of attention, which he's like, props to this guy, props to Jack for not being the center of the band, where he knows how to downplay it, let Anthony do his thing. Really not the other guy. The other guys just they're doing a solid job as the rhythm section. They're not churching anything up for the most part. But Jack, that shows Jack O'Shea's songwriting abilities, is that he doesn't want to be in the front. He doesn't need to be in the front. He writes to the actual song. I dig it. Totally dig it.
See, I think like this band is like, I would say like 60% Anthony, and then like 35% Jack, and then 5% anybody else who wants to just fill on bass and drums. Honestly, he's carrying, like, Anthony's carrying this because like that's what people want to see. They want to see him do it. That's why he does so much that's why the band does so much acoustic records, and he does a lot of acoustic songs live, because we want to hear his voice and hear his songs. Jack is just this fucking amazing cherry on top, and everybody else like meh. Like, they're good for sure, they're good, but like meh.
I would give Jack and Anthony more of a 45-45 split. Honestly, that's what I would give them.
Then why do we have acoustic records? Like, why do we have acoustic records that fucking sell
because
like hotcakes?
I think Jack's songwriting is strong enough to where people think that it's really Anthony doing the songs, that Anthony is the stronger part of the band, when he's not. I think that's kind of the genius of Jack O'Shea, is that he can write for himself, he could write for Anthony, he could write for everybody else. Because if you listen to other songs that Anthony is in outside of Bayside, they're trash songs.
No way,
they really
dude.
are trash. And even like the acoustic songs that Anthony does, they're so much weaker than the stuff that the band as a whole does. Come on,
dude. And on the Avalanche United song, when he comes in with the Gravedigger's Lament, oh my God. And when Anthony Jobs saying, I won't be done with you.
It's cool.
It's a perfect contrast to fucking Vinny.
It's
perfect.
Cool. It's cool, but
it's
in the
so
end,
good.
It's not the best song on the record, and
no, it
sounds more like I Am the Avalanche. It doesn't sound like a Bayside song. It doesn't sound like an Anthony song. It just sounds like an I Am the Avalanche song featuring a quick little bit.
Isn't that exactly what you want from a feature?
No, it is. It is, but it doesn't really say anything about Anthony's songwriting capabilities or what he really provides to a song, like as a whole, a song as a whole, or a band as a whole.
I mean, even him writing those two little fucking lines that he did, it was a melody that contrasted Vinny's, that was not the same as Vinny's melody on that I Am the Avalanche song. So he's still I don't know why you think he's not a good. He's a good fucking songwriter. I think he's a great lyricist. Okay. I think he's a better fucking lyricist than anybody in the metalcore genre. Anybody.
In the end, okay. So when it comes to lyrics, you and I are not lyric men. That's just not our it's not our strong suit. But comparing, so going from like Anthony from Bayside to, let's just say, Alex from Atreyu, because we literally just did Atreyu a couple weeks ago, and we also did Atreyu a couple years ago with Suicide Notes and Butt Kisses. I think Alex is a phenomenal lyricist. I think the way he paints a picture, the way he sets up a scene, sets up a song, sets up his emotions. Yeah, he made in many of his songs on the first two records, Atreyu records, he talks about a lot of the same things: heartbreak, depression, anxiety. But the way he sets up the song, and every song stands on their own, it's fucking great how he paints the story and builds that world. With Anthony, I don't hear that at all, or I don't read that at all. I don't see that at all.
Do you think there's any like part of you that's like, okay, I'm clearly biased?
No, with this,
okay.
No.
So then like this conversation's over.
No, it's not.
Of course it's over. If you think that like objectively or Alex is better than Anthony because you are 100% not biased, and that's
I'm not.
Then we're arguing over something that's never going to be resolved. We're arguing for the sake of arguing.
Bayside is the Foo Fighters of this alt rock.
We can throw out buzzwords and all these other things. That's what they are.
But
if you truly think that, like,
you would do the same thing if you disagreed with me.
No, I would never.
Bullshit.
I would never, because I would admit that yes, of course, I'm always going to lean towards X artist because I have nostalgia with them over Y artist because I don't give a fuck. But you just said that no matter what, Alex is better because I say so.
No, I'm basing this off of what I've read. The first two Atreyu records compared to the lyrics.
But you have no nostalgia with this. So
it doesn't matter.
Like what you read, it doesn't matter. Of course it matters.
No, listen to me. It does not matter.
Of course it matters. What you talking about? Nostalgia doesn't matter? Nostalgia have no to play in
nostalgia does matter. But once again, harkening back to we are not lyric men. I never once read Alex's lyrics.
I gotta keep like I gotta
you're interrupting.
Stop saying that. We gotta stop saying that.
You're interrupting, but it's okay.
Well, you're saying things that are not quite true.
Keep interrupting.
We gotta stop saying that. We are lyric men, okay? We are lyric men. We are emotion men. We hear people say words, and we attribute those words to their feelings. We feel empathy for them, and we know what those words are. So just because we're not like trained lyric men, in the sense that we're not like fucking, again, Arthur Miller over here, Shakespeare over here, writing like poems and plays that are going to live on in infamy. Like, don't say that we're not lyric men, because we are.
Prior to us podcasting in the modern format that we podcast in, you and I, yes, I am speaking for you because I know this is the truth.
That's not the truth.
It is the truth, because you and I have never really read into any of the lyrics from any of the bands that we really love. Outside of with Weezer is the exception. Weezer is the only exception for you. But outside of that band, you've never gotten into the lyrics for anybody, especially not Bayside.
Well, I didn't like Bayside at the time. Well, I like
4 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you didn't like Bayside? Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
It was close though.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's not fair.
But anyway,
okay. Not lyric man. You are a lyric man. You've always been a lyric man.
More so me? No. No.
You're selling yourself short here. You know the lyrics to your favorite songs. You know what the band is trying to like convey through those favorite songs. I know
what they're saying.
That's a lyric bin.
My top
three favorite songs.
Lyrics my top three favorite. My top three favorite songs.
No more songs so short. No more.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay. Anyway,
you know the lyrics to your top three favorite songs. You know what the band is trying to say.
I know how they sing it, but I don't know the lyrics. So
that's crazy. You're being crazy.
I don't know the lyrics to "Got the Life" from Korn.
Yeah, it's just
I don't know the lyrics to. I don't know the lyrics to. Actually, I do know the lyrics to the Beatles' "Norwegian Wood." I do know that song.
That's your second. That's your top three favorite song of all time. Yeah. Oh, this is. I'm already so done with this fucking topic right now.
I don't know the lyrics to "AFI Is Totally Immortal."
Oh,
you know the lyrics to that song? No,
I do.
So you don't know. You don't know. Anyway, in the end, Alex Varkatzis from Atreyu is a better lyricist than Anthony Ranieri from Bayside. Don't talk anymore about the lyrics because Alex is a better lyricist.
Don't talk anymore. That was a good one. Don't talk anymore.
So the new flesh.
Why would anybody ever say that to another human being? Don't talk anymore.
Because you're pissing me off.
Oh God, that's fucking funny. Don't talk anymore.
So that's the new flesh from Bayside. It's about a relationship that's run its course, but he's questioning if he should continue on. He doesn't know if he should break up or leave or whatever. So it's that conflict. That's what I got here lyrically from the new flesh.
You're like that dad who tells like don't say anything, and like the kid is obviously gonna say okay. Stop talking. Okay. Don't even say okay. Okay. Stop talking. You know what I mean? Like that back and forth you had. Like I know you had that. I know everybody has that.
Everybody's had it. Yeah.
You're the parent in that scenario. Don't. What do you? I don't know what you said. Don't talk anymore.
Yeah.
That's good. But anyway, your interpretation was cute. It is about like questioning.
you gotta just put that dig in there. Okay, continue.
Oh, because whatever you say, and from here on out, it's chronic too. I don't care anymore because you think Alex is a better lyricist.
He is a better.
He paints this picture and like, get the fuck out of here. First of all, Killing Time. This comes after like his first divorce. I think it was his first divorce. Maybe first divorce. Because Vacancy was second divorce, which is like also it's kind of crazy. He's on his third wife now, as of like today. I mean, not today because who knows what happened leading up to today. But yeah, he's on his third wife. This was after the first divorce, so the whole like killing time aspect wasn't like the whole concept of it wasn't about like killing time. Like, oh, like what are you doing? Oh, I work at 5, so I'm just killing time shopping in Target. Like, no, that's not what like that means. Killing time was like literally meaning like this metaphorical person is like stabbing time to death, like ruining time, right? Like erasing that from like history because I just got fucked. And it's this whole record is him going through that divorce and going through that breakup. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it is about him questioning the relationship and realizing the only thing he can do now is separate himself from it. Like later in the record, it's kind of like a conceptual thing from beginning to end. But there's some cool fucking lines here, and I will admit some of the stuff on this specific song and some of the specific lines I'm going to mention are very fucking emo.
Yeah,
but
which
still
is fine.
Fucking good, dude.
Fine.
Still fucking good.
Yeah.
Don't know if I bleed. Test it out just to see. Get the fuck out of here. That's like, it's such a non-emo way to say something super emo, right? Like, black my heart and what's Hawthorne I say?
Black my heart and wait,
slit my wrist and black my eyes.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Something like that.
Yeah, so this is such a non-emo way to say something super fucking emo, and again, being part of the scene without being defined by it, and also like, don't know if this thing still works. My heart's not beating anymore, right? They were just like, these are emo fucking lyrics, but done in a very non-emo way. I think this is, take the lyrics out of this, take the vocals out of this. This is an alt rock band, very generic outside of just like Jack O'Shea's phenomenal guitar playing. But yeah, that's where New Flesh sits for me.
Okay. And that's your number one banger. That's
my number one. That's my favorite Bayside song.
All right, that's fine. It's not a banger for me.
Well, let's do my top 10 because I really have no interest in hearing your top 10. My second, my 2B.
That's fine. If let's get into it. It's
my 2B is already gone. Cause I'm already gone,
and that's my 1B. That's my 1B.
I love how this entire record opens up, right? That whole like that
worst tonight.
Just like what?
You're the worst tonight.
How am I the worst? This is my 2B.
Okay, continue.
Okay, the drum roll to guitar slide, like that intro, fucking absolutely phenomenal. And like this is the kind of sound that they slay. Chuggy riffage into that kind of like staccato verse. Like all while Jack just rips it up. Like he doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, I'm gonna do what I want. You guys, we have a song here. Let me do my pinch harmonies, my P harms. He has Wiley riffs, my pinch harmonies, my P harms. He's really good at the fucking the P harms. Okay?
Yeah, he does
like
some
the pinchies. He does the pinchies really good.
Yeah, he's no Zach Wilde on the pinchies, but
and like nobody wants to be like Zach Wilde is not even S tier for the pinchies. Okay, Zach Wilde is like A tier for pinchies.
No, Zach Wilde is the S tier in pinchies.
He is not. He is not.
He is the most obnoxious about it.
Then that's like saying like Travis Barker is like S tier drummer. Like no, he's A tier drummer.
Well, I'm talking about a specific pinchies. I'm talking about a specific technique. I'm not talking about a guitarist as a whole, but a specific technique or a specific thing that he does. Yeah, Zach Wilde is the...
Every guitarist that can do pinchies like Zach Wilde can do it every fucking 3 seconds the way Zach Wilde does it if they want to, but why would you? Because it's fucking stupid.
He's S tier. He's S tier pinch harmonics.
No, he's A tier. He's good at it, but he's not great at it because he doesn't want to shut the fuck up.
Let's get back to Already Gone. we're going down a rabbit hole that
you're saying so many stupid fucking things tonight that I can't even. Anyway,
Boy.
yeah, like this is a bang of a song. It's a perfect punk rock emo song. Like there's so much riffing going on from everybody. Even like Nick, right, the bass player, has this, like a ton of parts here that put him like in the front. Everyone gets a turn, and this is the opening track to the record. And the way the solo develops onto itself is extremely fun. It is a little theater kid at first, in like the sense that we talked about earlier. I get that. I could hear that.
My Chemical Romance kind of theater kid style, yes.
But then it just turns into him just shredding, right? Doing that fucking thing, which leads back into the vocal thing. And that bridge, dude, that bridge is fucking tasty. And the climb out of the bridge too, the scale up,
it's good. No, it's good. But also the bridge is has the kind of like the circusy kind of theater kid, My Chemical Romance, Black Parade kind of drum roll. I don't even know what it's called.
It's just it's a swing, like one day you're gonna see.
Yeah, it's it's so obnoxious.
To me, love it walking in, and the and then the little part of the those little fucking hits like that.
I like it. It's good.
Oh, sad you're gonna be.
It's
you're
good.
A wild boy.
This is my. What are you talking about?
The more we talk about it, the more excited I'm getting. Right now.
This is my 1B. This is my favorite song on the record. What are you talking about?
Good.
It is good. It's really, really fucking good, dude. The you mentioned the Jack's guitar playing, like great guitar leads, great fucking solo, great build up in that bridge, like you mentioned too, especially toward the end. It's so good. The transitions are just really, really, really fucking solid. And also, the melody or the whole chorus vocally, it's very, very Ben Gibbard. It's like if Death Cab were to make like a heavy song, that's what this would sound like. It's Ben Gibbard is all over this fucking song, and that's not a bad thing because I do love Ben Gibbard's vocals.
Yeah, everybody does. It's perfect.
But that it's very much on this song. So that's cool.
So like here's why I like Anthony's vocals, and I think like you're putting him in a hole that he doesn't deserve to be in. It's when he says like to see your face when you realize you to see your face when you realize you permanently, and then the change was kind of like off key a little bit and kind of like weird, like where are you going with this? But it leads back into like, and it's all thanks to me, like that next part. It's like he knows how to go high, low, kind of off key, weird, and then jump back into the main melody.
He knows how to do it. He knows how to do that, but he's not good at it. Like he knows how to do things.
I don't know who you think is fucking good at that then. But
I'm not okay. Saying. I'm
right.
What I'm saying is like know your limits. Like stay kind of within what you're good at, and he's not very.
And
good
he does,
but he's not very good at anything. That's the thing. Like I don't think. Just kind of talking more shit on Anthony. I don't think he's that great of a vocalist or lyricist. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay, that's just okay. You're saying three different things there. You think he's not great as a vocalist. You're thinking he's not great as a lyricist, and you're saying I don't get it. So like he's not great as a vocalist. Yes, I agree with you. He's not great as a vocalist. He knows his limits. He knows like what the people want to hear. He knows the kind of style he wants to portray, and he does that pretty damn good.
No,
he's not great as a vocalist. I think you're fucking wrong there. I think he writes pretty damn good lyrics, even like above average for the scene. And the third thing you said, I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was probably stupid anyway.
So as a vocalist, no, he does not know his limits because he thinks, okay, because he knows what people want, so he goes outside of what he's capable of doing.
He never goes outside what he's capable of doing.
We hear it all over the records.
You don't. Okay. No, you don't. Now you're just being silly. And this is coming from your naivete with not seeing them live. And I'm going to become one of those people that you gotta see him live. You gotta see him live. Nothing he does on record, he does not do live, and does not sound fucking phenomenal doing it live.
The equivalent of that is like, if it's like an adaptation of a book, a movie of a book. You know what I mean? It's like
books talk a lot. I get it.
It's kind of the same thing. Like if you haven't seen them live, you're not going to get it. It's just like, well,
I've seen Page Master. I get it.
Oh, I can't. Of all the times to bring up the Page Master,
wow! Oh, that was so good. That was in the pocket for so fucking long.
That was a deep reference. The Page Master is such a deep reference.
I've seen the Page Master.
Oh man, that was
one of like the worst movies of all time, but we liked it as a kid.
we loved it as a kid. Loved that movie as a kid.
I wonder if that one holds up. I don't think it does.
Dude, I haven't watched it since I was a kid. I'm gonna watch it.
Same.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it this
Watch
week.
when next if and when you come out here next, in case anyone's listening. We should watch it when you come out here. Or if I go out, I'm actually going out there for Unwritten Law, so we'll watch it out there.
I'm also going out
Don't
there
watch
for
it.
Primus before you come out.
Don't
here for
watch it.
Unwritten Law.
Don't watch it till we watch it together because I want to know. I'm curious. What
And
the
you know
taste
what?
master-
We're not gonna remember this conversation. So
That's
it's
probably
fine.
true. Also,
So let's move on from all. Oh, actually, lyrically,
yeah, we got.
I think on this song it's about a girl who's really shitty to him. He keeps going back to her for whatever reason, but he knows that he's eventually going to leave her, and she's going to regret every bad decision she's made and how she's made him feel. So that's what I get on. That's what I get with this. This whole record is about heartbreak and how shitty how shitty the girl is in the relationship. That's
so
what this is about.
Did you know that this was because he got divorced from his wife at this time, or like is this?
I did not know.
Yeah, like this is him getting divorced from his first wife. Obviously, we're never gonna know like who was right, who was wrong, if it was justified or whatever. But yeah, this song is about how he's changed for this girl, and saw her change for the worse. So he leaves, even though he's already been destroyed. Right, like the whole like I'm already gone concept, the motif. Like I love the double entendre there. Like he's literally gone from like her apartment as well as already gone in the relationship. Like I'm already gone, bro. Like this has been gone for a while. I'm already done with this shit because the bridge shows that he's saying like she's gonna one day see what she did to him when she turned him into, and then like in the moment when they can live happily in hell, very tongue in cheek, just very good fucking writing. Like that's what I don't understand. Like why.
I think
like
I
the
think
whole
the
like
writing's fine.
we'll be walking hand in hand in hell. Like that's both of them. Like that's him like admitting like, dude, I am also shitty in this relationship, but you were fucking worse. So like I'll see you in hell.
I mean,
and we'll walk hand in hand in there. Like that's crazy.
I mean, honestly,
that's crazy.
Even taking Alex from Atreyu out of this, comparing the lyrics to even like Chris Conley from Saves the Day. Chris Conley's a way better lyricist.
Where?
Dude, every part of I don't even remember what.
Show me receipts. Show me receipts.
Chris Conley's a better, and I don't even like
got none.
The record that we did on the pod of Saves the Day. Definitely not my favorite record of theirs, but damn, dude, his lyrics were better than Anthony.
This is like, again, like.
So
when I asked you earlier, I said, is there any way like this could ever like be better than Alex? And you're like, no. So okay, then this argument is already like lost, right? Like I will never be able to convince you otherwise because you've already set in stone like your beliefs. So therefore, like whatever we talk about here is just semantics.
No, okay. So I only said that because I read the lyrics from Alex from Atreyu from his lyrics, and I've read the lyrics on this particular record. So based off of what I've read, yeah, of course the Alex lyrics are better. I'm
because you have nostalgia with those.
No, it's not because, dude, I'm.
Oh, gotcha.
We're not going to go down this road again.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you're the only person on Earth who can like disassociate like nostalgia and like be completely objective. I'm impressed.
Well, I didn't say that.
Good.
I didn't say I can completely disassociate myself. I'm just saying.
I'm impressed.
Basing the lyrics off the first two Atreyu records,
yeah,
and this record,
nostalgia not playing a factor, right?
Because once again, I wasn't a lyric man over the last 20 years. Up until 5 years ago, I never read lyrics. I didn't give a shit about lyrics.
Lyric man has nothing to do with being nostalgic for something.
But the lyrics, yes, absolutely, it's nostalgic.
Exactly, it has everything to do with nostalgia. Exactly. See,
that's a
volleyball term.
No.
We talked about it, the set and the smalls, spikes.
But also, I have no nostalgia for Alex's lyrics.
You know the lyrics and you have nostalgia for the band. So when you read those lyrics, you realize, oh, damn, that's what he was saying. That's what he was trying to portray. Got it.
No. I have no idea what Alex was saying.
It's okay.
Whatever. We're going around.
It's okay. It's okay to just be like, yeah, like we talked about earlier with like the political thing. It's okay to be like, yes, this is why I like something. It's because of nostalgia. Like we hold a soft spot for a lot of like bad music because it's nostalgic. It's okay. I don't know why now you don't want to lean into that. That's all right.
Once again, there's no nostalgia with the lyrics. We're going in circles. So let's.
But you know the lyrics.
Once again,
and
let's
know
move
the
on.
band.
Let's move on.
What does that even
We're
mean?
going in circles.
There's no when you
We're
say
go-
there's
we're
no
going in
nostalgia
circles.
for the
So
lyrics.
what's-
When you read the lyrics, you love the band.
So since you,
if you love
wanna-
the band
wanna
so
go
much,
through
you're gonna love the lyric. What
every single
that's
song.
Stupid.
Since you want to go through every single song, let's go into the next song.
Are you like? We can skip all the songs. I'm curious to hear your actual thought process on this. So like, because I'm not a lyric man, but I love this band. So when I know what the lyrics are, I can disassociate my fucking absolute love for this band with the lyrics because I'm so objective. You're telling me that
with most bands, I can separate the lyrics from the actual music melodies.
Okay, that's
what's like.
That's,
well, I mean,
I'm impressed by your objectivity.
Let me give you an example that you and I talked about a couple months ago. Look at a band like Brand New. Look at all the lyrics that Jesse Lacey ever fucking wrote. But we do love Brand New because of the music, the melodies, the songwriting. We love that. The lyrics are something completely fucking separate. Completely fucking separate. So it's the same kind of idea.
I guess there's never been a time where we love a band so much and then read the lyrics and be like, wow, this is the fucking worst. I hate this band. It's always, we love this band so much. I've never read their lyrics. Let's read them. Oh, I love them. It's always that. It's never the other. So therefore, it leads me to believe that nostalgia plays a massive factor in the way we read lyrics and the way we digest those lyrics emotionally, mentally. So no, I don't think we're objective at all, which is something I'm always for. I don't give a fuck. I love a band because I heard them once when I was like 8 years old. I don't give a shit. But what you're saying is that you can objectively disassociate yourself from those two things, which I think is complete blasphemous. I think I could fooling
do
yourself. I think you're fooling our listeners.
I think I could do that better than a lot of people can.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know. I didn't know you're in the upper echelon
honestly, I'm a better
people that can digest music in different ways than everybody else can. That's impressive.
I'm a better person than most people out there. So yes, I can.
That's all I wanted you to say. That's all you had to say to begin with.
I am. I'm just a better person.
Just say, I hear music better than you.
Well, totally, yeah.
Yes.
Because my ratings, my views on music is the objective truth.
All of the 3 out of 3s you give are better than all of the other
we have so little to talk about this record because this band and this record is so underwhelming. So we're going off on these tangents.
I wouldn't say they're underwhelming. I think it's this is what happens whenever we get into a record that either one of us really loves or one of us really hates.
I don't hate this record. That's the thing. I don't hate this record. I really don't hate it. It's a good record.
It's a really good record.
Oh,
but this is what happens when none of us have a real connection to the record or band itself, other than a more contemporary sense. When nostalgia doesn't play a huge factor in why we like this band, right? So,
anyway, let's get into another banger for you.
Let's just run through them, dude. 666. That's my 4B.
It's my 2B. Let's get into it.
That makes sense.
What do you got here?
This song is metal. It's like Sum 41 kind of fucking punk metal emo thing, 41.
Right? It's so Sum 41.
It really is.
Especially that chorus, man. That chorus is straight up Sum 41. The backup harms everything.
Sick.
Damn. Not in a bad way. I think it's fucking
not
killer.
at all. Sum 41's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Why stop talking so it's so condescending the way you're talking.
Stop being so positive in the way you talk about
it's how you I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
I literally just said Sum 41's S tier.
Okay,
I don't know what you want to say.
Sum 41's good. Yeah.
That's what the S in Sum 41 stands for. Sum 41's S tier, yeah. I think it's cool that Jack just has free reign to do whatever the fuck he wants, on the guitar, because Anthony plays rhythm, and Anthony is a rhythm guitarist in this band, and he knows his place. He's gotten better over the years.
So sorry to interrupt, but this is important.
Sorry. Don't say sorry if you're not sorry.
I'm really not sorry. Yeah, I shouldn't have said sorry. I really don't give a shit. Just have it. But okay, so I didn't realize because I didn't watch any live videos really. So Anthony does play rhythm guitar?
Yeah.
On record too, or is it just does Jack play all the rhythm guitar? And
I don't know if he plays on record, but
live.
He plays rhythm guitar. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's gotten better over the years. Even because the first time I saw him was 2011 for this tour.
Yeah.
And then the last time I saw them was last year, and then I'll be seeing them again next month, maybe twice in a row. But he has gotten a lot. He has gotten. I can tell he's gotten better at the guitar. in the past 15 years.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. I mean, hopefully he's not pulling a Lars Ulrich.
Or Tom DeLonge, who hasn't gotten better at playing the guitar in 15, 20 years.
No, you're right. You're totally right. But no, I honestly didn't realize that Anthony played guitar live, which makes sense because there are so many moments on this record where there are two guitars. There is a rhythm guitar, there is a lead guitar.
Yeah.
So no, it makes perfect sense. I didn't think he played it live. I thought he was just strictly a vocalist. But no, that's cool. I like it.
Did you watch the Walking Wounded documentary?
I did not.
I mean, not like you're missing that much, but it really does seem like Anthony really does know his place. Like Jack really does know his place. And I would not be surprised if Anthony like laid down just like a scratch track of a rhythm guitar, and then Jack like dubbed it and made like, here's what's actually going to be on the record because I'm better at it than you are. And Anthony's like, I'm cool with that, dude. Like that's the vibe that I get from this band. Like everybody knows their place. They have a lot of fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Anthony does not seem very pompous. He seems very humbled in the fact that Jack's like he's the man. Which
I totally respect that too. It's like if Jack's gonna play the lead and rhythm on a record, it makes sense. He's the better guitar player. Why not play both? If Anthony's not a guitar player, then why would he play on record? Have Jack do that.
They're not playing live anyway, so like who cares, right? They're not recording live.
So if when you go out on tour and you play shows, if Anthony's gonna fill the gaps, have him play rhythm guitar. Like I know you're not gonna like this comparison, but it's like Deftones. Chino doesn't play guitar on the records. Stefan plays all the guitar on the records, but when you go see Deftones play, there are several songs where Chino will play rhythm guitar because it fills in the gaps where Stefan's doing the lead stuff. So it's super. I like that. I like that balance, and they know where their roles in the band and where they need to play live. I dig that. I totally get it. It makes sense. So
that's why she is.
There you go. So 666. Yeah, my 2B. Yeah, very, very Sum 41. The gang vocals of 666. It's super cool. It's cheesy, but it's cool. I dig it. It's almost made my top 10 Bayside, playlist, but it didn't.
Good.
Lyrically, it's calling out his cheating lover. Talking about how horrible of a person she is after what she did. It's just calling out her bad behavior in the relationship. So there you go.
It's like blanket terms, right? Like blanket concepts.
Do you hear all that noise? Wait, do you hear all that noise?
I hear like almost sounds like someone's like rearranging pots in a cabinet.
This is what happens when Tammy is not working and she is at home while I am podcasting. She makes the most noise in the world. This is up there with the vacuuming. This is almost
what's she doing right now?
She has an old like a water bottle, a big water bottle, where the dog, George, is running up and down the hallway with the empty water bottle making the most noise he could possibly make. This is like up there with because he's down in the living room now, but he'll come back up the hallway. He'll come back up the hallway toward my office.
Wait, so you mad at George or Tammy?
Tammy for allowing it.
But it's Georgie boy. He's a good dog.
He is, but I'm blaming Tammy for allowing it.
But so you already ruined one dog. Don't ruin another dog.
I'm not. But right now, this is up there with the vacuum incident. So
the vacuum incident was good. That was fun. That was exciting.
Anyway, sorry. I'm really going to cut this out because it's so stupid.
The vacuum incident was I thought like, whoa, that's crazy. But I did think it was really, really funny.
It's so stupid.
I feel like everybody goes through like some type of vacuum incident in their normal like lives, and I thought that was really funny. I still think about it from time to time.
I think Tammy heard me talking about this because now everything is dead quiet.
It's like
everything is dead quiet.
Oh, that's fucking funny. Got caught like cat burglar, just like ugh.
It's good.
George, shh.
So
the shishing starts too, and I was like, the shishing is now louder than like what the obstruction was to begin with.
Exactly. All right. So what do you have lyrically on 666?
Yeah. So again, like this whole divorce kind of like motif that is going throughout this entire record. The opening line of this is like literally blaming, right, the judge that like signed their papers, or the judge that like was the final stamp in their divorce. This bridge is rad though. I really like this bridge. The concept of like building a house, as your life goes on, but the house will inevitably have holes in it, right, from like heartache or loss or whatever the fuck happens. Like we all have the houses that we build to protect ourselves from the outside world, but there's always little holes there from, you know, like this breakup or like this happened or whatever it is. There are always little holes. And so, also, like he also says holes, kind of like marble mouth. He goes holes, kind of like. You ever notice he had marble mouth kind of on the course of his career?
He does. Yeah. For sure.
So anyway, and we looked at like for people to have like spare bricks to kind of come in and fill those holes up, but we don't always like check to make sure those bricks like fit into the concept of like our metaphorical house. And so like in this song, he is saying like he found someone that had a bag of spare bricks. I didn't check those bricks. Therefore, those bricks didn't actually fit into the holes to fill my house that I want in life. Just because, I don't know, it's not strengthening now. It's just now they're bringing more emotional damage bricks into my already emotionally damaged house. And so it's going to be burdensome. So I think... Did I say burdensome?
Burdensome, yes.
Like burdom, son. Like burzum? Like burzum?
Yeah.
Like black metal burzum. So yeah, I think that's the whole concept of this song is just this house that needed bricks to get filled, and that's what we're all searching for, is just someone to help fill those holes. And he thought he found that, but he didn't check those bricks beforehand because those bricks didn't fit, and it just ended up being fucking worse than it was beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's good. I think that's fucking solid writing. I think
good.
that
it's good.
Perfectly conveys like what he is trying to say. I think it perfectly sets up what this entire album is about. I think it's fantastic songwriting.
It's good. No, it's good. I like 666. That's my 2B. So let's get into
do you like 666 more or 1976 666 more?
1976 666 more. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wednesday 13 or Murder Dolls. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Frankenstein Drag Queens.
Wednesday Bayside 13th. Gotcha.
Yes. So, I mean, okay, I'll just say this right now. I have 4 bangers off of this record. 4 out of the 10.
I'm surprised you got fucking 4.
Fucking surprised. But let's get into some more songs. What do we got? I have notes for everything. I got notes for everything.
Good. You should. That's what your fucking job is. Mona Lisa is the next one. That's my 8B.
This song. This is such lower tier, man. This is so dumb.
It's a little trick song, right? It's slow and
dumb
kind of dramatic, but it's still kind of heavy.
It's a
little trick song here. I like that the song is a little bit more upbeat and kind of like happy, opposed to like the lyrical content. I love how he says the second line in the second verse, the soaring highs and drowning. We go soaring highs and drowning lows. Dynamic, dude. It's a melody within a melody. It's fun, and this is the type of song that like. This is how I imagine it, and I've done it like live. But this is the type of song you sing really, really loud, and you dance all stupid to. You're like Mona Lisa. You do like this kind of thing,
doing the shoulder thing with the hands.
The fray thing. You do the fray thing.
Never
like,
knew.
Like that kind of thing. And I don't give a fuck. But like the na 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 nas, na 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 nas. That's din 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 din. But it's cool because during the na 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 thing, like scale down, like the na 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 are scaling down, but the guitar riff is scaling up. It's a din 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 din. And like that's Jack, dude. Jack is just like, okay, how can I make this better? And like I think Jack's thought process throughout this entire record is, if I can't make it better, then I'm not going to play. And therefore, he always plays because he always makes it better.
Yeah.
And the circus bridge, too.
I hate the circus bridge. Hate the circus bridge. It's so dumb. The only thing good about the circus bridge is the guitar solo. It's very, very Rivers from Weezer. Dude, it's straight up a Weezer solo right there.
Still hasn't happened yet.
God damn, dude, this song. It's so it's just a mid-tempo kind of boring, really actually a boring song. Just the little palmy, chuggy guitar in the verses. Ugh,
it's Renee's least favorite song on the record too. She hates the song.
This song is really stupid. This song, I might as well just throw this as a stinker. This song sucks. This song is not good.
I think I get it. It's 8B for me. It is really, really low. I do think it's really, really catchy. And I love, like, literally, I love the usage of the Mona Lisa to, like, personify his hatred towards the breakup, right? The line, smiling, growling, never sure, I just wait and see. It's just, I think it's so fucking clever. Just the whole concept of people have been fighting for, like, so, like, many, many years, whether or not the Mona Lisa is actually smiling or if it's just, like, weird, subtle kind of frown that she's being forced to smile. And it's just this weird thing that, like, we overanalyze, but, like, really she's just fucking smiling. But that's a relationship, right? You overanalyze the even smallest minute details to the point where it, like, ruins the art itself. And I think using all of that in this song is just fucking brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Cool. It's cool, man. Lyrically, you know, about a girl who betrayed his trust and he just wants to leave her, but, you know, he's devastated by the whole situation, which, you know, in the context of it all, with like you've explained, his divorce, this record makes way more sense knowing that, you know, he had just divorced his first wife, and this record is the result of that. So there you go. So let's move on. What other song? Or unless you got anything else on the lyrics.
No, it's fine. We can skim through the next, like, 2 or 3 pretty quick. I am not really, actually. I'll go on for fucking days, but
Because you're so dumb.
it's not a bad little war. That's my 10B.
Okay.
I don't know. We can just, I don't really give a fuck about that one.
It's not a banger for me. So
I feel like we're probably, how long are we going already?
we're like, what are we at? Like, we're probably like, after everything we
Like
had
an
about
hour, maybe?
over at least an hour, like well over
So
an hour.
we have a full hour to fill here.
Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. There's no way we could fill that much. No way.
Hold on there, dude, because I have a lot of fucking notes.
Because you're dumb, but okay.
That could be something.
Well, okay,
yeah,
so
that's fine. It's not a bad little word. It's my 10B. I don't care
We don't
that
talk
much.
about
There's nothing here that I really need to say. Next up, sinking and swimming on Long Island. That's my
not a banger.
5B.
Not
That's
a
my
banger.
5B.
Just another
There's some-
mid-tempo song, man. It's like
There's some okay, so like I get it why, and it was me for a while, and I guess this will go into my wrap up, but for a long time I was like, dude, Bayside is not that great, but they do wear on you. They do like digs into you, and you think like, okay, now I fucking like it. I don't know if it's because I'm forced to like it, because if I'm already going to these shows, I might as well fucking like this band.
that's exactly
or
what it is.
Or if it's like, okay, now I get it, right? Like we talked about it with like Against Me, and like you just don't get Against Me, and maybe there's nothing to get, but maybe like you always say, what's your famous line? Listen to it 100 more times,
10
and
more
you'll get
times.
it.
Or it's 10 more times, but okay.
I think if you told Joe Meyer 100 times.
No, I
at some
said
point-
10 more times. I said 10 more times.
Okay, yeah. Tyler never hyperbolizes anything. That's fine though. So I don't know. I don't know if it's where you fucking over here tapping Dika, where you like you. I don't know if it's me like wanting to like this band, therefore I do like this band, or if it's actually like clicking in my mind. I don't fucking know. I still don't really know. We can move on from this one though. I don't care.
Okay. That's fine. Well, also, like, actually, with the bridge in this song, it's very Feldy. Very, with like the whoa-ohs. So fucking
They're
Feldy.
so good. And like leading into
it's so dumb.
leading into the instrumental bit too, like Jack slays little pieces like this. Like that's what he does best. I don't think Jack does solos best, because like we hear solos, they're fucking dime a dozen, whatever. If you're a good guitar player,
Yeah.
I've heard a solo, I've heard them all. What Jack does is like transitions and just like background hooks, background riffs, background bits. Like that's what Jack does really, really well. Jack talk Thai real good. That's what Ben Stiller said in the Meet the Parents dude.
Okay.
We kept talking about Jack, so I don't know, it popped up.
So okay. So let's move on to Scene Sound.
I see sound.
Scene Sound. This is my 4B, fourth banger.
Really?
Yeah, my fourth banger on this record. Like I said,
get it.
I only have four
More heavy
bangers.
part of Bayside here.
4 bangers off of this record. Very Green Day pop punk style riff. Some cool guitar leads, but in the end, it still has that Green Day swing. You know, the kind of Trey cool Green Day swing that he does.
Yeah.
Cool, like big gang vocal haze. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. And then also the second verse, you get like the freestyle drumming, with the on the rim of the fucking the rim of the drums, the freestyling right there. Dig it.
It's good.
So Sea and Sound, it's a cool song. It's my number 4, my 4B, fourth banger.
That's good. And this is another one too, where like the call and response in the verses with like Jack scaling down on the guitar. Like he's always trying to contrast what Anthony is doing, or at least like supplement what he is doing. Bouncy, fun chorus, gang vocal harms. Everybody fucking loves that, especially in the punk community. We love gang vocal harms. Ask Pennywise, they know. And like
Built their
everybody
whole career on it.
Everybody knows like dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum, like those things. Like those are so fucking catchy, dude. And then we get Chris like hitting the bass drum on every beat later on, like the ding 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 down away, right? To get like a little danceable beat going on here. But then we end the song on a key change. Like get the fuck out of here, bro. Like why? Why do we have a key change here? Why not? Fuck it. We can do it. I can handle it as a vocalist. I can jump from there. And I've heard him do it live, so I know he can do it live. I know he has like the wherewithal. And like, yeah, okay, like he's got monitors on and whatever. But like it's still a fucking impressive feat to hear a key jump mid-set or mid-song like this.
Yeah, that's true.
Respect it.
Yeah. Lyrically, just more about the relationship, the downfall of his relationship, and divorce and all that, depression. That's really what this song is. This whole record. The Wrong Way. This is my 3B, my third banger.
Damn. Dude,
and then at this point,
songs,
no bangers. No bangers after this.
Well,
so.
Okay. Well.
So I don't know.
So we can either get into this one and really get into Killing Time, or we can skip this one and get into Killing Time and call it a
Killing
day.
Time. I'm fine.
All right. I'm done with this fucking album. Killing Time's my 3B.
Fucking band. I'm done with this fucking band.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Killing Time is my 3B. Just a lot, like long guitar slide to kick this off.
Yeah,
dude, just so much P harms. What do you call them? Parmies, pinchies. So many pinchies on this one.
So many pinchies on this one.
So many pinchies on this one.
That bass
line under like Anthony's lamenting is just absolutely fucking gold. All those little drum parts right before like we get into the chorus itself, super fun. Right, we get like. I don't know, three or four different little cymbal hits. Like he's just like, I'm gonna hit every single little fucking thing I have on my kit because I don't ever use them, but I'm gonna do it right now, and I like that. I don't know, long drawn out choruses, then very quiet like solo bridge to the last big chorus of the record. That's it. That's
in the end, it's a slower jam, big riffs, big guitar leads. The verse is kind of cool though because it's a little bit quieter. The bass actually kind of shines in the verses. Jack is doing his guitar playing in the verses more to. It's very subtle, but it's more just to complement everybody else in the band, which is really really cool. It's something that you don't hear much from this band as well. But then once the chorus hits, it's like this big soaring kind of thing. I just feel like the chorus is kind of boring. It's kind of boring. But it's a closer.
It's not about the chorus. Not about the chorus. The chorus
the journey is the destination, right?
The chorus exists because like we need a chorus as people that like want like pop music in our ears. We want a chorus. There it is. But that's not the focal point of the song. The focal point of the song is everything else that happens. It's the transitions. It's the dynamics. It's the lyrics. It's what is happening here. It's how we are bringing this guy who is broken, beaten down from this divorce. Like, how are we going to close this out? That's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
And goddamn, lyrically, want to do it?
Actually, I did not write lyrics for this one.
That's fine.
The only song I did not write lyrics for.
Even if you had lyrics for it, I wouldn't even want to hear it. I wouldn't even want to.
Even though you literally just asked me about the lyrics. But well, okay, continue.
I was being nice. I was being like when somebody comes to your house and they bring like an $8 bottle of wine. Like, oh, thank you so much.
I know what you're doing.
I'll put that on my shelf and never drink that. That's what I was doing with you.
I know what you're doing. So continue. You don't have to explain your bad behavior. Just continue.
My bad behavior for not doing my homework. Gotcha. That's my bad behavior. Yeah. So yeah, the lyrics, the idea of just of being stagnant in life here, just being. Well, he literally says being halfway to happiness. Yeah. It's still like that concept, right? I'm halfway to happiness, but you're still fucking halfway to shit, right? Because his entire record is about like him going through shit, even though he feigns this thought of progress. It's easy for him to fall back and just start over, and he's just, I don't know. It's really sad. He accepts that things are okay, but still wants more, but also realizes he's probably not going to pursue that anyway. So he accepts like his shit life as it sits right now in this record, in the scope of the divorce. He accepts it. Like lines like your bed's a safe place, hope for the best, but okay with anything. And can a person make a difference if he can never make a sound? Like your bed's a safe place, right? Like, okay, doing the same fucking thing, same person, same girl over and over and over. Hope for the best, but okay with anything. Like nothing's ever going to fucking change. And then like the big one was, can a person make a difference if he never makes a sound? Like, I don't know. Probably not, right? So like this whole, and all these things are like bigger concepts than just like divorce, but like he relates all of this stuff to just him, as if like he is telling us. This is going to my wrap up here too. So if you have anything to add before the wrap up,
no, it's fine. Continue.
Gotcha. So like the reason why I think you're just straight wrong in like his lyricism is because he makes this entire record about him. He is the only person to ever go through these trials and tribulations. He's the only person to ever like go through a divorce or lose somebody or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like we all relate to it in such a perfect fashion, whether or not we've gone through divorce or whatever it is, we all relate to it in some capacity.
Some sort of breakup. Yeah.
But like, that's just crazy because the way he writes this is he's the only one. Nothing else happens to him, which is it's a very childish way to write something. Mm-hmm. But I think he had that in mind, and that's why he wrote it like this, to be so universal, to be so like, this is only happening to me. But I know it's not, bro. I know you're going through this too. So it's almost like he's speaking to you, Tyler, Rebecca Anstead, or me, Jeffrey. Fucking, I can't think of a cool middle name. Millard Fillmore.
You can't just throw out your real middle name. Okay.
No, because it's stupid too. I feel like presidents always had like cool like names on, like Millard, and fucking like, I don't know. That's only Armin Van Buren. What's the
dude? You're out of your. Okay, let's move on.
What's Van Buren's? Martin Van Buren?
Is it Martin? Now I think all I'm thinking of is the DJ arm. Yeah, no.
What the fuck is Van Buren's?
Anyway, I think it's Martin. But anyway, okay. So you've kind of done your wrap up here. We also rate all of these records based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album, give it a shot, and the 1. Wait, fuck, man. I totally fucked this up.
Oh, you're out of your fucking mind there. This guy over here. I'm going to say all these things, but I'm out of my mind too. I'm going out of my fucking mind. Filthy mouth. No excuse. 3 out of 3 is a perfect album.
3 is a perfect album.
That is supposed to be like historic. It's the bee's knees.
Yes.
It is genre defining. In Tyler Rebecca Anstead's term, 3 out of 3 is just anything. Anything you find on the fucking floor of Tower Records. 2 out of 3 is something you listen to over and over again. It's really, really good. May not be like genre defining, but it's still fucking really good. 1 is something that is like, yeah, you should listen to it once, but it's kind of shit. And 0
never
is,
listen to it again. Yeah.
I don't think we've ever given us I think
we
like
never.
Stained.
No, Stained. We did not give a 0 to Stained. Like Stained,
crazy.
Stained and Poison were the worst bands we've ever done, but
that's
we
crazy,
did not even give them a 0.
That means our ranking is compromised, because if we give all of these 3s and never any 0s,
not yet.
Tonight could be the night. Tonight's
Exactly.
the night. So yeah. Anyway, after all I said, I do think Anthony's a great lyricist. Not the best. I think he's a great lyricist. I think he's better than your average bear in this scene, whatever that scene may be. I don't like calling them pop punk or emo because I don't think they are. But I think he's a better lyricist in this scene. He's a fine singer. I think he sounds just as good live as he does on record. So that's something to be said. Tom DeLonge. I think this band is just good fucking B tier with B, A, and S tier going on.
Yeah.
And they're going strong, and they're still putting out music that is still fucking really, really damn good. 20 plus years later. So fuck off, whatever. I think this record is a really, really, really good 2.4.
2.4.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
2.4.
Okay.
I'm really trying to like get into like the objectivity of everything because like this record's not a 3. It's not. This ain't no Blink or nothing.
This is not.
Calm down there, guy.
Settle down
there, guy.
Settle down. This is not a 3. Yeah, of course not.
I didn't say it was a 3. I said like this record is not a 3. And
Don't
even
play. Don't even play.
But no Unwritten Law should be a 3.
Of course not. No.
But I think you gave Unwritten Law a 3.
No, I give it a 2.75. I'm pretty sure I gave it. I'm pretty sure I gave it a 2.75. I did not.
So
give
like
it a 3.
maybe if we gave Unwritten Law 2.75, then this is a 2.5.
Dude, that's fucking stupid because Unwritten Law is significantly better than anything Bayside has ever done.
I don't think so.
Here.
I think Unwritten Law just wrote like goofy pop songs that just happened to be coming
just
out
way
at the right
better.
time.
It was way better. Oh, yeah. So anyway, you gave this a 2.4.
2.5 now.
No, it's a 2.4. All right,
I gave it a 2.5.
Final thoughts for me. I think Bayside, they are the Foo Fighters of this kind of alt rock, emo, pop punk kind of style. Not that that's a bad thing, but
well, you say
it's a little bit of everything. Like I don't think they do anything revolutionary. I don't think they do anything really great. They're just kind of milquetoast, average kind of band of the genre.
What other band is even in that genre that you just made
once
up?
Again, I think they're pretty mid-level, milquetoast, vanilla. Once again, pretty milquetoast, pretty vanilla.
He just made up a genre, and there's no other bands in that made up genre that you did.
So they're pretty milquetoast, pretty vanilla band. We've already talked about this band a lot. I've already talked about this band a lot. They're pretty average. Okay, fine. I would never see them unless they were opening up for another band, or if you really kind of dragged me to one of their shows. I just don't really care about this band too much. But the record, Killing Time, it's fun. It's cool. I had no problems with this album outside of the one song, which was a stinker. But otherwise, it was fun. I would never get it on vinyl, but I would never really go back to it. So I would give this a 1.75 out of 3.
Here's a big question, though.
What?
They're on tour right now doing 2 nights in a row, night A, night B. Night A is their first, 4 records. Night B is Killing Time up until their newest record. And they're playing only the bangers from those records. Would you go to night 2?
I would be more, obviously I'd be more inclined to go to night 2 because hopefully they're going to play songs off their last 2 records.
They will.
But in all likelihood, they're going to play mostly songs from Killing Time, which is fine too.
No. People fucking love Vacancy. People love not Shudder.
Interrobang.
What's Interrobang?
I think that's a fucking banger of a record because it's fucking good. That's why people like it, because it's fucking good. But yeah, no,
newbies like you like it. That's fine.
Okay, because it's a better record. So yeah, no, I would go to that. I would go to the second night. Yeah, I would.
So you're going?
No, I'm not gonna go. But anyway, thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And that's all we have. So
one more thing.
That banana got real black.
I see it's even black.
Yeah, that's gotten even more black, that banana. If you're watching the video, that banana is real black.
That's gross. I would also just say, we should say congratulations to our bestest listener, but also
that's true, yes.
He's our best and worst listener and online friend, but he's are we allowed to say that? Do you get mad?
What? No, fucking say it.
He's getting married. That's cool.
Yeah, right? He's getting married. Yeah,
people get married is fun.
Friend of the pod, Skip. Fuck it, let's just say it. Friend of the pod, Skip.
But
this is how
he had a kid first, so I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What if the parents don't know? I don't know. He had a child out of wedlock. Don't you go to hell for that?
You're a bitch. So. This
is the criteria for going to hell.
if you're a little B, yeah. Even
Devil says,
yeah, a little bit more disrespectful. But this is also how we will know that if friend of the pod Skip listens all the way through the episode, we'll know until the end, because we will know, because he will bring this up on the podcast, or in our little group chat, he'll bring this up. So
fucking blimey, guys! I wasn't gonna tell nobody then. Is blimey a UK term? That's
Yeah,
not English, or
no,
a Australian thing.
no, blimey. Oh, it might be Australian. Yeah, it might be
Oh, you
Australian.
watch all those stupid fucking Three Stooges and dumbass fucking shows. that
Three
aren't funny that
Stooges is
people think are
American. What are
funny.
you talking about? Are you stupid? Okay, anyway.
I didn't say it was UK. I just said it was stupid.
Anyway, thank you all for listening. Congrats to Skip. You know,
Boom, boom, boom,
on the
boom,
proposal.
boom, 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 boom. Here's a proposal with
we will
Reynolds
be
and
there.
Sandra
We-
Bullock.
Jeff and I will be there for the wedding. Probably not.
If I'm his best man, I'll be there.
It's quite the distance, but yeah, congrats, and yeah, thank you for listening, and that's it. That's all.